What's good, guys? It's Cardfight King here, Aqua Life Baby. You already know how it is. Hey, Armani. And we have the infamous Black Steve. Can you please flip your man around? We're doing a Chronofang deck profile, as I told you guys on stream. So he's going to show it. I actually played his Chronofang deck today. I'll do my tournament report for it later, but I went undefeated. It's a great deck, but it has flaws. Go.
Well, started off with 4 rebellions. Now this is the main card. This is the only card you're going into. You don't play any other grade 4s and gears. Absolutely not. You just go into this guy.
You might have to speak up because of the mask.
If you have to go into anything else, like you're gonna end up losing. So
yeah, anything else than him, it's bad.
The main grade 3, Chronicle Tiger. No, most of the games you lose is you either draw into too many copies of this, or you don't see what you're playing.
Yep.
For sure it is. But there's like a lot of filter cards to get you to that point anyway. So once the next set comes out, which the searcher makes it a lot more consistent. For grade 2s, running 4 Urcaps. This card is amazing. First, it counts as a 3 to discard to get your grade 4. The second off, it gets you an extra drive check for counterblast and discarding. Like, especially if you have 2 out on board and everything, you get up to 5 drive checks with Rebellion. Just amazing.
It's good.
Chronicle Tiger, this is like the ideal grade 2 ride, to be honest with you. On a rear guard, it's pretty good. You can discard and get an extra crit. But the fact that you can like filter to get your grade 3s, he's running such a small lineup anyway. It's quite ideal. Works in conjunction with the grade 1 as well. The last grade 2 slot is Nabu. Like, she's just an amazing card. Like, she's guard manipulation plus draw for buying a card from your drop, which is you're discarding cards every turn.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's just really good. Like my favorite grade 2 in the deck.
You put her on a Force 2 marker, she's like super good on the Force 2 marker.
Right. Best grade 1 in the deck is Chrono 2 Tiger. You have a lot of skills in the deck where you're discarding cards to gain effects and everything. This allows you to call it out after discarding and draw a card. So good. And also, if you ride it first, before your ride phase, you get to draw a card. Like, just so good. I'm running it in Chrono Jet as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's running all gear Chronicle decks.
Like, probably one of the most essential grade 1s in the deck though is Quickie Worker, because this card allows you to send back your Chronofang Tigers if it's in a drop zone. You also get to draw a card if you send back a 3 or higher. This is like the only way to send your 4s back. And like, this is need to be at 4. It's gonna be at 4 going forward until something else better comes out. It's just you just have to have it. And a lot. This card. I'm not a fan of this card, but you have to run it. It's just counts as a grade 3 when you discard it for a cost.
Yeah. You never really ride it. Like if you ride it, it's okay.
If it hits, yeah.
If it hits,
but
it's okay.
I rarely use the card.
Yeah.
Then like one tech card I like is I'm running 2 Zabias. Now I know people run like the 6K
Mamene or whatever.
But this card is just it clears out back row because you're gonna be like pumping, like destroying front row every turn with Fang Rebellion. I mean, but this card just allows you to, like, if you have too many cards in your hand, like you'll pop a card behind your opponent's Vanguard or in the back row. It's really good, especially early if they have like problem cards out. But that's about it.
Yeah, clear back rows. Fang clears front rows. Pretty good.
And trigger lineup is just like 8 crit.
Full on aggression.
And 4 draw.
I'm kind of glad you don't run extra draw triggers in Fang. I don't think you need the extra draw trigger in Fang because you want to keep your hand size down as much. Plus, since you're discarding all the time, you want to max out on as much shield value as possible.
Right, that's the thing with hand. The Fang, you may build up a lot of hand early on, but if you want to get the full ability up, you want to hand as low as possible, and you have to hit triggers. Like
Yes.
you just have to.
You have to hit triggers, yeah. Yeah, and if you're gonna hit a trigger, I'd rather it be a crit.
Exactly. So anyway, that's the deck profile. It's pretty quick. Quarantine edition.
Quarantine edition deck profile. I will say the biggest flaw in this deck is your Rebellion, and he's the main star of the deck, but he's your biggest flaw because when you damage him or draw into him, the difference between him and Chrono Jet is like you can ride like was it next stage over Jet and then use his ability to get back to Jet at the end of the turn. If you have to ride over Chronofang, Chronofang doesn't have the ability to send anything back and gain another mark at the end of the turn. He has to actually Chronofang has to proc his ability in order to send the stride back. So like, and then when you run if you run into too many copies of him and you don't see your what is it, the grade 1 proximity worker or whatever, quickie, yeah, then you're going to be playing with a really vanilla. Like this deck is great, but it can run out of gas. But it can definitely punish opponents for pressuring you as well late game. But thank you for the deck profile, Black Steve. Quarantine edition. I'll see what else I can get for you guys.
Yep.
Aqua Life, baby.